Yeah, hi. So, hi, good morning and good evening to everyone. There are,
One second. Hello, Iraj. One
yes,
second. Actually, this recording is being on a local system. You have to change the setting over there in the go to training. Just 1 minute, okay?
no, we need to
Yes.
was starting the recordings. Yeah. So, hi everyone. Welcome to this demo session for SAP Ariba, in which we are going to see all the features, opportunities which we are going to come in Ariba. We have Rohan with us, who is having more than 18 years of experience. He is working in SAP Ariba since it was on premise actually. So he is having very vast experience. He has done numerous implementation, rollout, and support projects. Okay, so he has seen a journey of Ariba, I can say. Okay, so he is a very experienced person and a very good mentor as well. Okay, apart from this one, just a little bit on our side. So we are into SAP training since 2010 onwards. Okay, we don't not only do SAP trainings, but also we are into project management of SAPs and offshore activities. Also, we do a lot in SAP, especially in the cloud solutions. Okay, we have trained almost 6,000 over professionals so far. We are the first in the market to introduce SAP Ariba training back in 2016. So since 2016 onwards, we are doing this training, guys. Okay, so let's start it quickly. So Rohan, over to you. You can start with little introduction to everyone. Then from there we can take it forward. So guys, be patient and let the demo finishes. Then we are going to take up all the queries. So we are expecting lot many queries from every one of you, so that we'll be maintaining this session as a very interactive session. Okay, yeah. So at the end of this demo, I'm going to show you the list of documentations, everything we are going to show to you. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Over to you, Rohan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jairaj. So, before, yeah, as you mentioned, my name is Rohan, and yeah, so I would be your trainer for the coming days. And can we have a quick round of introduction from your side as well? Whoever want to start first? I mean, your name, I mean, your experience, the module you are working, where you're looking for training in Ariba. Are you able
Um,
to hear me properly?
hello, Rohan.
Yeah, hi.
My name is Kasim. I'm a SAP MM consultant. I'm looking for
Mhm.
an Ariba course for
Mhm.
to broaden my horizon, and uh, it's actually in demand by my firm. So
Mhm.
I don't have any knowledge of SAP Ariba. I only have the basics. I know why it's going to be used in my firm, but nothing else actually.
Okay, thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So, who want to introduce next?
Hey, hi Rohan.
Yeah.
Yashodi Bandura this side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working in Capgemini for 4 years now, and I'm working in SAP Ariba upstream part for most
Mm-hmm.
of the time. And I
Okay,
would like to get more knowledge in downstream.
great, great. Nice, nice talking to you. Yeah. Next, hello. I see two other people are there who want to come.
Venu, if you can just introduce yourself, that would be great. You need to unmute yourself, Venu.
Sorry, guys. Good morning and good evening, guys. Yeah, this is Venu. I've been in
Mm-hmm.
SAP platform for more than like 18 years. So right now I'm working as MM consultant and as an end user for an Ariba. So planning to switch over to Ariba platform for both us upstream and downstream.
Mm-hmm.
So my project is being started maybe in the month of September, but before that I had to get completed all the certifications so that I will be placed on the projects. That's my target.
Sure, Rohan. Definitely we will. You can do that.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
To
next.
me, if you can introduce yourself.
Hi, hi, guys. I've
I've been in SAP industry for over 8 years. I'm looking for ways to diversify into other fields. So, and I'm also enthusiastic about the cloud solution, Ariba. So I believe it's something that can give you opportunities for remote work, etc. So um, that's why I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you for your introduction. Okay, let me share my screen. Am I crystal clear? Am I clearly audible?
Yes.
Okay, let me share my screen. I think I'm already sharing it. Okay. So today's agenda would be, so we will see what is Ariba introduction, why Ariba, what are different modules in Ariba, and what is the delivery methodology for Ariba and the process flows, and a demo. I will show you a demo from Ariba site and then question and answers. Okay. So, in introduction to Ariba, Ariba was founded in back in 1996. Okay, there was a founder called Steve Karch with six other people from California, six other friends along with the Steve Karch who actually founded Ariba. Their main intention was they want to bring procurement into the internet. The launch of internet was also evolving that time, and they want to get procurement also launch into internet so that they can see efficiency and more productive in procurement side. So later in 2012, SAP acquired Ariba for about $4.3 billion, one of the SAP's largest acquisitions at that time. See, that time there was no cloud-based technology acquired by SAP. This is the first cloud-based, and after that there was a success factor also they have acquired. Then after that in 2014 the integration until they have acquired in 2012 until 2014 it was not integrated, it was a standalone, it was a on-premise application, it was not integrated with any ERP systems. In 2014 integration merged into with ERP systems, ERP system integration, they started integrating with the other third party systems. Then comes, and the main backbone of Ariba is a network, Ariba network, which was earlier called as Ariba network. Now they call it as business network. Okay, they rebranded it as a business network. So here, what is the backbone of Ariba is business network. See, unlike SAP, other SAP systems like SAP when you create a PO, okay, you either have to send the PO in a mail. The supplier will receive the purchase order through email, and he will acknowledge it through email. Okay, it was this is the procedure in SAP but in SAP Ariba, the backbone of SAP Ariba is business network, where there is a separate login for the buyers and there is a separate login for suppliers. So when we log into Ariba spend management and we create a PO, supplier can log into SAP business network and they can view the purchase order and they can acknowledge the purchase order through business network. So this is a niche, what you call app, which Ariba has. No other applications has it. Now, what is in 2006? The new roadmap is next gen Ariba, SAP Ariba. So now they are migrating into SAP BTP. BTP, everyone knows about BTP, no? What is BTP? So SAP Ariba is a cloud platform. It is a SaaS application, which is what is SaaS? Software as a service, and BTP is a PaaS, platform as a service. Now they are migrating SAP Ariba into platform as a service. So why they are migrating it into BTP? Because we can have a hybrid integrations. Okay, the SAP Ariba can actually talk to the AI native ecosystem, where it can, the AI can give recommendations to the users how when they are stuck in the business, day to day business. Okay, so that this is a new migration we are seeing now, and there is one more migration like all these days. You know what is on cloud and on premise? Difference between on premise and on cloud, right? Everyone knows what is difference between on premise and on cloud.
Yes.
Okay, so earlier it was on-premise and then moved to on-cloud, and they had their own data centers. Now the new migration is all their data centers are moving to Google Cloud. That is the latest migration. Okay. Then, so what? How is the journey of business network? Okay, I mean it started, as we know. I mean it started in 1996 to 2012. It was independent. Okay, from 2012 to 21, it started integrating with ERP systems. Okay, and then from 2021 to present, it is extended. See, until here only the main ERP was, I mean, Ariba is integrated. Now it has been integrated to other things like asset intelligence, logistics, supply chain collaboration. What are all this? I will show you in the next slides, coming slides. Okay. So this is the evolution of business network. It was an independent software during, I mean, early times, and then started integration, and then extended it to different features like asset intelligence and supply chain collaboration. Okay. So why Ariba? So it is a cloud-based platform, as I told you, and it is a SaaS, as a software as a service product owned by SAP. So the buyers and suppliers can come together, and they can connect through network and start business transactions. So these business transactions will, I mean, the main purpose of this is to streamline the source to pay processes. Okay. It is, I mean, see what happens in MM is like, I mean, you raise a RFQ, you create a requisition, you create a purchase order, and then done. The business is done. Here, it is beyond that. Okay. In Ariba, it is beyond that. You are streamlining a source to pay process. Okay. You are actually sourcing the supplier from different supplier. For example, there is a requirement. You are conducting different sites, types of auctions, RFIs, RFPs, and you are selecting a supplier, and you are creating a contract with them, and then you are starting a P2P process. And so, for this is a niche in Ariba actually. Okay, the global transactions, business transaction globally are about 4.5 billion trillion annually, and it has a global reach of 190 plus countries. Okay, so these are the different modules. Okay, for example, we have something like upstream and downstream. These are classified between sorry.
Hello, Ron. Sorry to interrupt. I'm not able to see your shared screen. Is it for me or for everyone?
Is it for everyone?
Yeah,
You
I
can
think
see
it's
it.
just for you.
No, we can see
I
them.
think
Yeah, we can see. I think there is some internet issue at your end. You can refresh your internet connection, or you can rejoin if possible.
Okay.
Yes, Shruti. Yeah, we can continue, Rohan. Thank you.
Okay. So we have, unlike other SAP MM system or SRM system, in Ariba we have different modules or systems. Okay. For example, these modules are classified based on upstream and downstream modules. Okay, and business network modules are also there. And these modules are the upstream modules where there are no transactions actually. Okay, what you do is, I mean, when you are working on these upstream modules, you are making a decision. Okay, I mean, whether you want to go with the supplier, or you want to start a transactions with that supplier. You are making a decision making, is all done in upstream modules. Okay, the actual business is happening in the downstream modules. Okay, see, in the upstream modules we have SLP, and we have a sourcing, contract, supplier risk, and spend analysis. In the downstream, we have SAP Ariba buying and invoicing, and SAP Ariba buying, and Ariba invoice management, and Ariba catalogs. And this one is business network. It is like, we have two modules in business network. One is Ariba commerce automation and supply chain collaboration. Now we will see all these modules in detail in a notepad. Okay, as we told, so we have upstream modules like, see, if we relate this to all this to our HR, I mean, for example, okay, see, for example, when any company wants to onboard an employee, they will first conduct interviews, isn't it? Similarly, in upstream, we have something called SLP to onboard a supplier. Okay. Then first the supplier will the employee will register here as a candidate. Okay. Similarly, the sourcing will happen. Here we can make it as interview. Okay, several rounds of interview. Likewise, in sourcing also we have several rounds. It starts with RFI, RFPs, okay, and then final auction. Finally, you will select a supplier. Similarly, in a HR process, you will have a first round of interview, second round of interview, and final round of interview, and then you select a employee. Then comes your contract. Here you are making a contract. Okay. Here, what in HR? Anyone? Any guesses? Here it is offer letter. Okay. Finally, this is the process, and employee joins the organization, and he starts working, and he will receive the salaries, and that is a transaction that is comes in a P2P. Okay. Then after a while, the employee starts working, and every quarterly, every after 6 months or 1 year, his performance is gauged, isn't it? Okay, the performance appraisal will happen. Okay, to see whether to send whether to send this employee into the PIP or give him a promotion. All these things will be decided during appraisal. Similarly, we have something called supplier performance. Okay, supplier performance is also part of SLP. Okay, SLP is a supplier life cycle and performance. Okay, and during supplier performance, we will gauge the supplier performance based on their quantity, on-time deliveries, all these things, and then we will decide whether to continue with the supplier or discontinue with the supplier. Okay, so this is how we can relate the upstream with the HR policies. Okay, and then finally, once we decide, we have a supplier, then we can start P2P. Okay, P2P is nothing but like we have a PR, purchase requisition. Okay, the purchase requisition is a requirement where, for example, you already have a supplier with you, and now you want to start transactions with him. You first create, and the buying department will create a PR, and that will go for an approval. Okay, once approval is created, unlike in you have to create again ME21N, but in Ariba, the PO is automatically generated. Once the PO is created, if it is a service, you will create a service sheet. If it is a goods receipt, if it is a material, you will create a goods receipt. Okay, GR or SS. Then followed by invoice. Then payment. So this is a P2P cycle. So what is the difference? This is a common P2P cycle in every ERP system. But in Ariba, what happens? There is two systems interacting. One is your Ariba buying and invoicing. Okay. And one is your business network. Okay. Here you will create a PR, and it will convert to the PO. Okay. The PO is sent to business network. In business network, the supplier will acknowledge. He will create a confirmation, order confirmation, which is called as order confirmation. He will create order confirmation. He will acknowledge it. Once he acknowledges it, and if it is a material, we have to create a GR. If it is a service, supplier has to create a service sheet. Okay, service sheets are created by supplier. One service sheet, there is one more thing called as advance shipment notification also. Notification. So once confirmation is done and supplier has created advance shipment notification, we can, if it is a material, we can create a goods receipt, or supplier will create a service sheet. If it is a service, supplier will create a service sheet. Once the service sheet is created, then service sheet is approved by the buyer side, then supplier will create an invoice. Okay. Once supplier creates an invoice, and in Ariba, the B&I side, it will come for IR, which is called as invoice reconciliation. invoice reconciliation. Okay, so here like three-way matching happens between PO, your GR, and invoice copies. You do a three-way matching. If there is no three-way matching, they can either reject it, or if there are any invoice rules created, if there are any exceptions, and based on exceptions they can accept and approve it. So we can configure, as a consultant, we have to configure this invoice reconciliation rules. Okay, this is all end users perspective. Okay, you create a supplier, you create a sourcing, you have a contract, you have a P2P, entire P2P cycle. As a consultant, this is all end user does. As a consultant, what is your role? As a consultant, my role is.
Rohan, sorry to interrupt you here. By any chance, can you just increase the font size and make it bold?
This is notepad actually.
Okay. Yeah, you can go. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah,
That is too big. I think
this
yeah,
one.
yeah, that is, and you can make it bold. Yeah, that's little clearly visible. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
So this is the entire. See, this part is called as until supplier onboarding, sourcing, and contract. This is called as S2C, and this is P2P. From the P2P falls under your downstream. Okay, the entire process from upstream to downstream, it is called as S2P, source to pay cycle. Okay, from the point of onboarding, you are sourcing a supplier, you are giving a contract to him, and then you are doing the transactions like PR, approval, PO, GR, invoice, and payment. This entire process is called as S2P, source to pay cycle. Okay, we will have this entire cycle, the entire chapters on these modules in Ariba. Okay, so these are the different modules. Okay, so like it is not necessary that the customer has to buy all this. Okay, see, for example, SAP Ariba sales guy goes to him, and he will tell, I already have I don't want any of the Ariba modules. So you continue using your Ariba module, but our SAP upstream modules are fantastic, and the sourcing module or the contract module or the life cycle, supply life cycle and performance module is there. You just take buy any of the modules. You can leverage more savings out of it. See, like for any sales guy, what is their end goal? To increase the revenue. Okay, like for any procurement, what is the what they have to achieve? They have to achieve the savings at the end of the year, isn't it? That is the main goal of any procurement person. So to achieve that, this will be helpful. Okay, as I told you here, during this one, see, around these are the transaction values. Around 6+ million companies are connected and working here. You can connect with any of the supplier using Ariba Discovery. And if you have if you have a requirement and you don't have a supplier, there is something called Ariba Discovery. And since you are connected on the cloud, you can send a post in the network, and they will reply to your post saying we will deliver this requirement to you. That is Ariba Discovery part. Okay, that is also a niche feature in Ariba. Okay, so likewise, so many companies are seeing the cost reduction. Mostly the top performing companies are effective, achieving around 10 to 20% of savings. Okay, not only that, when you are coming to this, we have just a T code in to collect RFQs, request for quotations. But in Ariba, when you are doing a sourcing or a sourcing, especially sourcing, like you are not collecting the quotations through email. Okay, see, for example, just talking about sourcing. Okay, for example, you have a AI now. Okay, uh, you want to do some research. Okay, you don't know who are the suppliers. Okay, you want to your requirement is you are looking for an AI for a research this thing. Okay, then you will go get into Ariba network or outside suppliers and send them an RFI, okay, request for information. Say for example, some 100 suppliers are invited and they have responded. You evaluate all the responses, okay, evaluate all the responses, and you will shortlist some 10 suppliers here, okay. From these suppliers, you will conduct an RFP, okay. And again, from the RFP, you are not satisfied, the request as request for proposal is a techno commercial thing. I mean, you will ask them the technical things, you will ask them the commercial things as well, okay. I mean, no supplier is just qualified based on the price, okay. You have to see their technicalities also. If you are asking for AI, somebody is giving you 2000 rupees, some other company will give you for 5000 rupees. Maybe the quality of that 5000 rupees delivery is much more important. So you will just not select based on the price. So that transparency we have in, I mean, when we are doing a sourcing activity in Ariba, so we can actually evaluate the suppliers based on their price, based on their technicalities, okay. You will, here at this place, you will select 5. You are still not satisfied with the price, okay. At this stage, you are satisfied with some 3 suppliers, okay, saying like their price and quality are good. Now you still want to reduce the price, then you can go for an auction, okay. This auction bid for 3 suppliers, finally you will select one supplier from this, okay. So the whole process in sourcing is very transparent. No supplier is feeling like, like I did not get I mean, good response, or I did not get any opportunity to participate. All of them here have got equal opportunity, and it is very transparent and compliant. And no other system gives this, I mean, transparency and compliance and visibility to the suppliers as well. So many companies, why they are going towards Ariba? This is the reason. Okay. Once they have this, this is a sourcing, as I told you. Similarly, in SLP, what is the important thing, even compared to other products in outside, in SLP also, it is a SLP is a 360 degree. It will give you a 360-degree view of a supplier, okay. For example, you have onboarded a supplier. Say for example, there is something called supplier risk concept also, right? There is supplier risk module also. Why this module is existing in Ariba, why they have introduced this module, this is enough, right? I mean, they have onboarded a supplier, and I mean, they can do the transaction. Why supplier risk is important? Supplier risk is also important because, for example, tomorrow you have a supplier, okay, from Lebanon or some other Iran, or where the Israel, I mean, some war is going on, right? I mean, the system will throw you alerts like this. I mean, so this supplier is having a high risk, okay. Similarly, and say for example, some other company has bankrupt, okay. This I mean, there are some companies like D&D, okay, like ENY, some third party systems, okay. They will provide alerts to the buyers, okay, in the manner of high, medium, and low risk, okay. See, I mean, this process is called as supplier risk management. In the supplier risk management, system will give you alerts for the suppliers. Whether it, I mean, if you are dealing with this supplier, the supplier has high risk, and this supplier has medium risk, and this supplier has low risk. Based on this, you can actually make a decision whether you want to continue with this supplier or discontinue with the supplier. Okay, so that way SLP will give you a 360-degree of a supplier. If you are buying SLP and supplier risk management together, okay, it will give you I mean, the supplier certificate is expired. I mean, for example, there are certificates, right? I mean, during onboarding you will collect so many certificates. So when you collect the certificates from the suppliers, they will tend to expire after I mean, after a year or 2 years or 3 years, okay. I mean, this will show us, I mean, when the supplier certificate is expiring, then I mean you can actually ask the supplier to renew their certificates. Okay. And I mean, if their performance, I mean, when you have to evaluate their performance, you can conduct supplier performance thing for them, and you can create KPIs for the suppliers based on quantity and deliveries, and you can I mean, send performance surveys to them. Okay, they will participate in the performance suppliers. You can evaluate the suppliers, and you can uh, make a decision. Okay, this is also decision making thing. Okay, finally you can make a decision whether to continue with the supplier or discontinue with the supplier. Similarly, finally we have a contract. Okay, here. Okay, in contract also we have two things. One is a contract authoring, and another is contract compliance. Okay, the contract authoring is nothing but, I mean, you are actually talking about the sections and clauses. You are negotiating on the sections and clauses. Okay, this is my master agreement, or this is a standalone agreement, this is my sub agreement, or something, some agreement. Okay, the agreement consists of the sections and clauses, isn't it? So you are talking to the supplier, this is the agreement, please sign it and we can start the transactions. And the supplier side legal team will say, no, 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 we are not happy with this these things. So I mean, then I mean the buyer side legal team also, they will I mean negotiate on the sections and clauses. Finally they will come to a conclusion where the final agreement is created and both the parties will sign the contract. That part is called as contract authoring. Okay, in the compliance, okay, this is all upstream we talked about. The contract, just by signing a contract by both the parties, you cannot link this contract to the downstream, right? Maybe they have given 10% discount. Okay, and some other offers they have given in the contract. Okay, that contract, just by signing this contract, that will not apply to P2P. Okay, to apply to P2P, so there is something called as contract compliance, or it is also called as contract terms. Okay, so when they create the contract compliance or terms, okay, in this contract compliance or terms are actually linked to the P2P, and whenever you create a transaction in a P2P, this contract, whatever the attributes in the contract, will be applied in the P2P side. Okay, so these are the different features. When we, I mean, these features are there in other systems also, but these are the niche factors in Ariba side. Okay. Okay, so you now, as I told you, I mean, these are Ariba sourcing contracts, supplier lifecycle and performance, and this is a supplier risk, and something there is called as spend analysis. Why we need a module called spend analysis? At the end of the year, you want to evaluate what is my category spend. Okay, where is my, how much I have achieved the savings. Okay, where I am going wrong. All this you have to do a spend analysis and conclude a conclusion and make a decision again. Okay, so you want to do a cost reduction somewhere, you can do that. For that reason you need spend analysis. Okay, if I mean the customer is buying spend analysis, I mean this will give them reports. I mean they can do a spend analysis based on the reports. Okay, this is all upstream side, which will help them doing for, I mean, for a decision making. This is all downstream side. Okay, see, for example, if a sales guy, Ariba sales guy is doing and selling them, I mean they have, I mean you are selling them Ariba buying and invoicing. They say, I mean, we have so but still we don't want to buy Ariba buying and invoicing both. We just will buy SAP Ariba. Okay, once PO is created, that should integrate to SAP From there we will create the goods, visit, services, invoices, and payment. Okay, and if they want to buy the whole thing, they can buy. Okay, if they want to just buy invoice management, they can buy. And they see, we don't want to do any sort of buying and invoicing related activities. We just want catalogs to be created in Ariba. From there, it has to redirect us to Then they can just buy this module called Ariba catalogs. Okay, so this is all about the upstream and downstream modules, we also have something called SAP Business Network. Okay, SAP Business Network is nothing but when you talk about Ariba spend management. Okay, let me remove this, or I will go to the next slide. See, there is something called indirect spend and a direct spend. So, or you can also say indirect procurement or direct procurement. Okay, anybody knows what is the difference between this? These two? Anyone can answer. What is difference between indirect procurement and direct procurement?
Uh, in case of direct procurement, the goods and services which are directly affecting the production,
Hmm.
and the rest is indirect procurement, like other things like stationaries and all. These are
Correct.
indirect. Right?
Thank you. Thank you. Good. See, when we talk about direct procurement is nothing but your maybe for a machinery. Okay, machinery, you are buying a machinery, you are giving a wages, which is directly impacting the production of a product. That is direct spend. Okay, and indirect spend is nothing but your office expenses. Okay, your salaries to employees, IT team, salaries to IT team. Okay, salaries are indirect spend, wages are direct spend. Okay, when you are giving wages to laborers during production, okay, those are direct spend. And salaries to IT comes, it is not directly impacting any production, so it is indirect spend. So why I am giving this difference is Ariba spend management supports only indirect procurement. Okay, so all these modules, whatever we have seen so far, Ariba buying and invoicing, Ariba invoicing management, and Ariba catalogs, these are all support only indirect procurement. Then now a sales guy will go to the customer and say, see, your Ariba is giving me only indirect procurement. I mean, it supports only indirect procurement. Okay, I want something which supports the direct procurement as well. There we have two modules called Ariba Commerce Automation and Ariba Supply Chain Collaboration. Okay, so here, the customer is not buying the Ariba spend management side of Ariba; they are buying Ariba business network side. Okay, they are buying business network. They are integrating your S4 HANA or ECC systems to business network, the supplier network. Okay, when you create a PO in S4 HANA, that will be sent to the supplier network. Okay, when supplier sends a confirmation, okay, you can see those confirmation or advance shipment notice in your purchase order history in S4 HANA. Okay, and supplier when creates, you can see them in the purchase order history, the invoices and everything. You can see the service sheets, invoice. Okay, when the supplier creates in a business network, that will get redirected to integrated to your S4 HANA or ECC system, and you can see these service sheets and invoices, and you can do invoice reconciliation from S4 HANA system and do the payment. Okay, this process is called as commerce automation. Okay, then what is, see, this is not an indirect procurement solution. This is a direct procurement solution what Ariba offers, commerce automation. See, then the sales guy is going to them and saying that, we have a direct spend through we can facilitate direct spend through commerce automation. Then the customer is saying, I don't want just PO collaboration, I want other features also to be added to the commerce automation. So like your schedule agreement, that special procurement in MM, right? the schedule agreement, okay, the consignment, okay, then you have forecasting, you have quality, okay, you have subcontracting, okay, okay. When the business network is facilitating all this along with this PO collaboration, that is called as supply chain collaboration. Supply chain collaboration is the extended version of commerce automation. Commerce automation just facilitates PO collaboration, okay. Supply chain collaboration is beyond that. It not only supports PO collaboration, it also supports other special procurement activities in SAP MM, like schedule agreement, consignment, forecasting, quality, subcontracting, other features. Okay, so these are the upstream modules. These are the downstream modules which support indirect spend. To support direct spend, we have two other modules called commerce automation and supply chain collaboration. Okay. See further, as I mentioned earlier, this is in the same what you get from Ariba sourcing. It is a strategic sourcing supplier selection. So there are two things, right? I mean, anyone knows what is difference between strategic sourcing and tactical sourcing? Okay, strategic is like, see, when you want to see, for example, you are in Infosys or Wipro, and Wipro wants to construct a new building. Okay, that is a strategic decision, or I mean, high risk decision or a low risk decision. That is a strategic decision because that will cost them millions together, isn't it? So for that, they have to do a thorough analysis of all the suppliers. Request, I mean, they see, for example, if it is a construction, they have to invite all these L&T, Shapurji. Okay, there are many other play builders, right? They have to invite all of them to RFI. They have to give them the requirement. Okay, followed by you shortlist them and send them RFP, RFQ, and auction events, and finally select a supplier. Okay, and you do a supplier evaluation and select a supplier and do a contract negotiation and finalize the contract. This is very much strategic in nature, right? Okay, so when there is a high risk involved, I mean, you need a strategic decision. Okay, a strategic sourcing is required to select a supplier. Okay, when there is I mean, the low risk, okay, especially when there is a low risk, you don't need I mean, uh, a strategy and all. For example, buying just a short term, or just buying office supplies, okay, a stationery doesn't require a strategic decision. Okay, that is called tactical sourcing. Okay, for strategics, like strategic sourcing and all, we have sourcing and everything. So for tactical buying also, we have something called guided buying. There is a different module called guided buying as well. Okay, in guided buying, see, for example, strategic sourcing and all procurement can handle. Okay, for small things, I mean, to reduce the work of the procurement, they have introduced something called guided buying. Okay, guided buying is something, I mean, it gives a supplier, okay, uh, I mean, for example, when you go to Amazon or Flipkart, what experience a consumer get, the same experience when a buyer is going to guided buying, they will get the similar experience. Okay, but they have some restrictions. Okay, only 1 lakh worth rupees they can buy. The functional, I mean, who are a casual, who are from IT department or a facilities department, they don't want to involve procurement in that. They just want to go to some portal. They want to pick the item and buy the items without involvement from for procurement. For that reason, they have introduced this. For this tactical sourcing, they have introduced guided buying. Okay, guided buying is a product introduced only for casual buyers. Okay, and we have a regular buying, I mean, which is for strategic sourcing, which will have strategic buying, which involves all these activities. Okay, we have to do all these activities, and then we have to create a contract with them. Okay, then we have to do all this requisition, purchase orders, catalog management, and in procurement also guided buying will come. Okay, this guided buying in procurement they have added. These are all regular things. Okay, for strategic buying. This is for a tactical buying. Okay, see what are the activities in supplier management, life cycle management. We have supplier onboarding, risk assessment, performance monitoring, and complaints tracking. So life cycle from the onboarding, performance evaluation, whether you want to continue with the supplier, whether along with the risk assessment, monitoring their performance. Okay, uh, so all this will be possible in supplier lifecycle management. Okay, so further, like SAP Ariba spend analysis, what are the features of Ariba spend analysis? We have spend visibility. It will give us spend visibility. For example, last 6 months, I mean the category analysis. For example, you are from a IT procurement team. Okay, you are from IT procurement team. IT is your category. You want to know how much was the spend, how much was the savings made in your category, IT category. What is the compliance reporting? Okay, when any non-compliance things happen, all this it will give. I mean, you will see and you will make a decision. I mean, if you take this module. Okay, and discount management is like, for example, see, for example, there is a discount management. I mean, you can add to your Ariba buying feature. If you buy Ariba discount management, it will tell you, I mean, see, for some suppliers, they will tell, I mean, if you are paying me, uh, I mean, see, for example, payment terms are 60 days, but if you are paying me in 10 days, I will give you this much discount. Okay, soon after the contract, if you are buying with me, within the first 5 days, I will give you this much discount. Okay, all these discount related activities are talked in this Ariba discount management. As I mentioned earlier, Ariba supplier collaboration is the extended version of your commerce automation, where we can integrate your S4 HANA or ECC with the business network for order collaboration, inventory visibility, demand management, forecasting, all these things. Okay, in business network we will actually do a supplier discovery. Supplier discovery, how supplier discovery is possible, as I mentioned here. Since supplier, there are 6+ million companies connected. See, it is like an Instagram. You can connect with anyone in the Instagram, isn't it? You can send a follow request to him. Similarly, supplier discovery also works in the same manner. Okay, like here, as a buyer, you will send them a request. Why the supplier discovery? Like, I mean, you don't know the supplier. When you don't know the supplier, you can take help from business network. You can send a discovery post. Okay, and suppliers who actually, for example, if it is related to some TV, you want to buy a TV, and all this Samsung, LG, everyone will respond to your this thing. I mean, your post, and they will deliver the goods, and you can integrate that supplier to your system and start doing business with them. Okay, so these are all the different modules. I mean, we are discussing here. When coming to integration, okay, we have something called CIG. Now it is called as renamed as Managed Gateway for Spend and Network. Okay, so CIG, like, see, this is an inbuilt portal within Ariba. Okay, CIG is an inbuilt portal within Ariba, where with let me show you here 1 minute. Let me go to this remote desktop. 1 minute. So far, any questions, guys? Any questions?
Yes, I actually have two questions.
Mhm.
How would SAP Ariba know the risk for suppliers? You mentioned like in Iran or, or Lebanon. How would SAP
Mhm.
Ariba identify the vendors which have issues or security reasons or anything?
Yeah, I will show you 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
You still see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yeah. This requires authentication as well. So people who have not seen Ariba before, this is the Ariba screen. Okay. And this globe, the icon, globe icon, okay, which will make you switch between the parent and child sites. So the parent site will have all the upstream modules, and the child site will have the downstream modules. Okay. This supplier management, when we come to supplier management, I was showing the 360-degree view of the supplier. When you click on view here, see, this is a supplier view. Okay. So 360-degree view, what are the contacts, and if it is integrated with your ERP system, that ERP information is also available here. Okay. And activity log, and if the system is the supplier SLP, along with SLP, if you are buying risk also, you can click on risk. You will find if there are any risk associated with this supplier. The risks are majorly divided into these categories, okay, in risk management. So basically, if there are any regulatory and legal risk, it will show you here. If it is environmental or social risk, it will show you here. And operational, this is financial. If they are bankruptcy or something, the risk will be shown here. Okay. And see, for example, they are saying, for example, in this case, for this supplier, there is a high risk when come for environmental and social. Okay. Risk incidents, what are the various risk incidents? Okay. This company is from Nigeria, so there are risks associated with this enriched corporate information. So how they receive these risks? Okay, when we go to supplier risk here, okay, I will go to settings and service providers. See, these are the default providers, service risk providers for Ariba. Ariba is by default associated with these companies: Moody's Analytics, okay, Global Disaster Alert and Coordination System, Enriched Corporate Information, Semantic Visions, okay. So they have, by default, they have linked with these companies, and these companies will, these are the analysts, okay. These all companies are analysts. They will see, day to day, they will see the risk content from based on all these categories: adverse media, corporate data enrichment, country region risk, environmental and social, financial, operational and regulatory, legal. Okay, these they will provide. If you are still not happy with the default providers, you also have option to go with the third party providers. But this is, there is a payment for this. If you want to go to Duns and Bradstreet or EcoVadis or Rapid Ratings, okay, these are the other people. If you want to, enhance your risk, this thing management, you can also subscribe to these people. Okay. So by default, when you subscribe with them, or these people will have, they, whenever there is a risk, they will immediately will receive a risk, this thing. Okay, risk exposure, everything. See, for example, if I go to this supplier risk here, 8 issues we have. So there is something called, the different people have created different risk assessments. So based on TCS have some risk mitigation, TCS risk mitigation. Okay. So all these they have created, and this will throw the alerts. In the real time, this will throw the alerts. This is a test system. I cannot show you. I will try to show some more. How to create these risk assessments when we start our training. Okay, and 1 minute. Let me click on all suppliers. See, these are all suppliers. It will show us supplier wise how much risk associated with each vendor. Okay, with by this you can actually decide whether you want to see if it is a low risk or a medium risk. You will definitely proceed with the supplier with some conditions or something. Okay, if there is a high risk or very high risk supplier, you will definitely will not want to continue with the supplier. Okay, this all suppliers, I mean, this will give a risk enhancement. Similarly, if you go to any supplier, uh, for example, this one, TCS, we will go to TCS only. TCS Company Limited. See, there is a risk. See, they have seen some risk is associated with TCS, and see, these are the incidents happening. I mean, day to day. Whenever there is a risk, it has an alert. I mean, it can be a positive one or it can be a negative one. Say they are downsizing. Okay, they are doing some business expansion. Okay, joint ventures partnership. Okay, there are many criterias where they can come to this conclusion whether they, I mean, they have a low risk or high risk. Okay, based on the risk incidents, and so this will give entire picture of TCS. Okay, engagement risk, custom data. No custom data for this. So in the last 90 days, I mean, there is nothing. Okay, I mean, maybe if you go to last 180 days, you see, I mean, still, I mean, the supplier TCS Company Limited is good to proceed. Okay, they had ups and downs. If you see, the all, I mean, risk exposure for 21, 41.69 points. Based on this, I mean, the procurement will decide whether to continue with the supplier or not. Okay, so I was talking about this integration. So that clarifies, right?
Yeah, I have another question regarding the RFQs or request for price.
Mhm.
In GUI, I can make like two RFQs and still make a PO from both of those RFQs. Say I have a quantity of 100, I can buy 70 from a vendor and 30 from another vendor.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, you can do that. Yes. See,
okay, so
the
Ariba
thing
doesn't
is,
limit it.
no, Ariba doesn't limit it. See, for example, uh, I mean, I will take a simple one, stationery. Okay, stationery. Okay, every month you want some kind of office supplies, right? Okay, every month you cannot depend on one supplier. Okay, you want office supplies, you want some cartridges. Okay, in this case, you can depend on two suppliers. You can give 60% of business to one supplier, 40% of business to one another supplier. Okay, for example, any of these cartridges or stationery or office chairs. Okay, if the stock is not available from one supplier, you have a dependability on other supplier. During these cases, I mean, there is a possibility they will go, I mean, award the business to two suppliers during sourcing. Okay, there is a possible, I mean, this is possible in Ariba also. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so here we are. Okay, I mean, we have a CIG to integrate our I mean, SAP ERP systems, whether your SAP S4 HANA system or SAP ERP system or a third party system. You can integrate only SAP systems with CIG. Okay, non SAP systems you have to integrate through SAP CPI or any other middlewares. Okay, so this is one place, one wizard. Okay, where I want to show you. Okay, if you go to manage core admin, integration manager, manage. You click on this, there is no separate login for CIG. Okay. Okay, this is a CIG wizard. I mean, total portal where you can configure all your integrations in one place. Okay, and currently this CIG will only support S4 applications. Okay, you cannot integrate Ariba with non-SAP systems using CIG. Okay, for non-SAP systems, you have to depend on CPI or other systems. Okay. Okay, this is one place where you can click. I mean, why CIG? I mean, before CIG was introduced, the integration was very complex. Okay, after CIG has been introduced, it is a one-click deployment. Okay, you need not have to log into a different portal. I mean, when you click inside the Ariba, there is a different wizard will open as we seeing here, and we can test what we are integrating, whether the correct the document is integrating with correct attributes or not. We can test within CIG, and we have a standard mapping. If everything is standard, we can go through a standard mapping, or we have a custom mapping. We can do a custom mapping within CIG. Okay, based on the requirement from the customers. Okay. For all non-SAP systems, the CIG will not support. They can either go with CPI using our open APIs. There are something called open APIs. Okay, they can use these open APIs and they can go for integration with other third-party tools using CPI. For all SAP systems, we have Ariba. Okay, so SAP will have a IDOC to communicate. We have a CXML. Okay, and suppliers will have EDI to communicate. All these things we can integrate using CIG. Okay, during supply chain collaboration and all, you are sending a PO from S4 HANA directly to supplier, and supplier will not log into your SAP Business Network. They will, the PO will send through SAP system, supplier systems through EDIs. Okay, and again they will communicate back to EDIs, and it will be converted to IDOC and likewise. Okay, so so integration, we will cover this integration during our process. How to see, there are different steps. When you buy a new mobile, okay, you just cannot use it, right? You will first select the language, you do all the settings, and then start using it. Similarly, integration also will have a settings from CIG side. The Ariba CIG side, and you also have to do some settings from S4 HANA side. When you do all these settings, both the sides, based on the documentation, and there is a middle, there is another this thing called cloud connector, which connects both the systems. Okay, in cloud connector we have to create some sub accounts. Okay, once sub accounts are created, we are the SAP basis guy will download all the Ariba based add-ons. Okay, and he will do all the features. Create all the settings in SAP HANA side. We will do our settings in SAP CIG side. Then the integration is established. Whenever we send a PO or a GR or a service sheet, it will be integrated to your S4 HANA system, and this is bidirectional. Okay, it is bidirectional. When SAP sends, we will receive the response, and when we are sending any document, it will get integrated to S4 HANA. Okay.
Okay, quick question.
Mhm.
Are you going to show us the Ariba CIG side, what we need to do in our
Yeah,
setting?
sure, definitely. I
And we
will
are
show
going
you what all settings we have to do from CIG side, what settings we have to do from SAP HANA side, what is cloud connector, all those things I will take you through.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. So why SAP Ariba? Because this is a high demand career path. So for example, there is a, since it is a cloud based. Okay, now integrating with the AI, ML, and blockchains and all those things. this has a future relevance. I mean, so there is so much of demand in the market. And see, if you just follow my standard training and practice, I mean, I will give you every time when I'm doing, for example, I'm working, I mean, we are learning sourcing, I will give you a real time examples everywhere, and that you can use it during your interviews, and you can crack the interview. And we can, I mean, we can prepare you for the interview as well. Okay, there are many global opportunities, and there is lot of business impact why everyone is going, uh, everyone looking for Ariba these days. Okay. Finally, we have something called, I mean, like these are the different competitors we have. Like we have SAP Ariba. Okay, we have Coupa. For the competitors of Coupa, Oracle procurement. And this is a very limited network. And when you compare Coupa, this is a strong challenger, but they have only 400K suppliers. We have 6 million plus suppliers. Okay. And for ERP, we have a native integration called CIG. I mean, this requires a complex support for integrating these two systems. Okay. uh, all these two are pure cloud SaaS platforms, and this has cloud and on-premise as well. High demand in the market, growing demand, and moderate demand. So now in 2026, this is backed by AI core. I mean, there is something called as next gen Ariba. What we talked about, there is something called Joule is introduced. Okay. See, the future roadmap for Ariba is like, I mean, 2026 and beyond. Everything. I mean, all everything. I mean, Ariba is now migrating to B2P. So we have a seamless integration with all other third parties using open APIs and CIG with S4 HANA systems, all those things. I mean, we can do a lot of hybrid integrations when we migrate to B2P. So now there is also something called Joule. Okay, as I was talking about Joule, there is Joule as well. Okay, uh, this is a co-pilot. It is not just a co-pilot. Okay, it is very smart AI co-pilot introduced for SAP. See, when you are asking something in the chatbot, it is, I mean, Joule is like a chatbot. Okay, when you have anything, it will recommend you. Okay, but in Ariba also, like for example, Venu has a different access, I have a different access. Okay, I have only authorization to see sourcing activities. Venu has access to see, I mean, lot more. Okay, and I am asking something to SAP Joule, a report on I mean, RFP report for or contract report for quarter one. Okay, it will the Joule portal also looks into the system and sees whether I have access to see that report. It will not just respond to you directly. If I have access to see it, then only it will respond to me. Okay, so it will I mean, it has lot of, it has it's been tested around legal reviews, and it is a compliant system. I mean, it will follow all the compliance policies as well when it is giving you information. Okay, you just cannot ask some information to Joule which you are not authorized to. Okay, it will also check your authorization, whether you are whether it is okay for the Joule to send that information to you. It will also cross check everything. It will talk to the APIs, Ariba open APIs, and see what is my roles and groups given to me in the user management, and accordingly it will send me the information. Okay, so we have all this coming. Okay, the Ariba is migrating to B2P, and then it is getting integrated to this Joule, and to make the buyers and whoever are the procurement people, the end users, their life will be becoming, they can just ask Joule, create an RFP for 500 laptops based on the last purchase, and it will write the documentation, suggest suppliers, and predict the price all in seconds. So last year, if you have done, you need not have to do the same thing again, right? I mean, based on the last purchases, it will give us this thing, and then you can decide whether you want to go for a further this thing. I mean, sourcing activities or not. Okay. So this is SAP Ariba. I mean, this is the flow we have discussed. Okay, there should be a requirement, and I mean that requirement is analyzed further, and whether I mean planned further and register the supplier. Okay, conduct a quality RFX system, then create a contract with them. Once the contract is created, then the downstream activities, you have to create a PR. The PR will go for an approval. Order is generated. Okay, I mean the goods receipt or service sheet is created, then the invoice and payment. Okay, this is a total cycle. I mean in any ERP system, and the same in Ariba as well. Okay, I mean this is a process flow in Ariba. This is a different ERP systems, and it is integrated with ERP systems. How it looks like? Okay, we have Ariba applications in the middle. This is a supplier Ariba business network. What we talk about. So when you create a supplier during SLP, a vendor is registered in Ariba buying applications, and vendor is approved. It will get it the I mean the vendor is integrated. The vendor master is created in ERP. Also, a vendor is created in SAP network. Okay, similarly all these things, RFQ is created and sent to the suppliers. Okay, a catalog, when vendor uploads the catalog, that will be sent to buyer network. Okay, we can create a purchase requisition. Okay, and similarly when a sourcing request is created in Ariba buying system, and RFQ is created, and RFQ is sent to the supplier, and supplier responses, RFQ response will be received in Ariba buying system. We do the code comparison and approve it, and then we create a PR on that purchase order, and it is also linked to your contract, published contract. Okay, so once the contract and everything is done, then you have a purchase order, and the purchase order is sent to the supplier. Supplier does the order confirmation, and he also does the advance shipment notice or service sheet and service entry sheet in case of services. Okay, and then we do the inbound delivery or service entry approval in S4 HANA or Ariba systems. Then we have something called PO is approval and OK to pay, and remittance advice will be sent to the supplier, and the payment will be made. So this is the entire cycle in SAP Ariba. Okay, we will go I mean more detail during our real time classes. Okay, finally we have something called SAP Ariba delivery methodology. How these are delivered? I mean, as you all know, there are some methodologies called agile methodologies, all those things. I mean, Ariba typically follows activate methodology. Okay, activate methodology will have all this. This is a flow for activate methodology, and in the discovery and prepare phase, we will have to plan who will be doing what. Okay, I mean we will conduct more workshops. Okay, and we will plan the solution. I mean. From customer side, who is responsible for which activities, and from the I mean implementation partner side, who is doing what everything, we will decide in the discovery and prepare phase. In the explore phase, there is a business plan created, like your see the transition will be from supplier, right? I mean the supplier is not is very new to this business network and all. We have to I mean this is a big change management for the suppliers who are using all these days. Okay, they don't know business network and all. So we have to first create in during the explore phase, we have to create all these business required documents. Along with this, we have also to start sending communications to the suppliers, train them how to work on business network, all those things. And then realize phase, you actually build whatever is discussed, all the requirements during the realize phase, and you configure everything. I mean during configuration, if it is a sourcing contract or SLP, you have, as a consultant, you have to create all the templates. I mean template questions and all those things. And if it is a P2P, you have to work on all this, like you call release strategies in SAP MM. In Ariba, it is a approval process we have to create, and we have to import the master data, which is very important. The vendor master, if it is already there is a vendors available, we have to load them manually and send them the registration links to register. to have a login to their business network. All those things we will do in the realize phase. When the realize phase is done, then deploy. So during deploy process, we do actually do the testing, the system integration testings, user acceptance testings, all this done. Once the deploy is done, then we start transacting. Okay, then we will have a hypercare followed by support. So this is entire thing, if it is a sourcing, it will go for us 6 weeks, or if it is a procurement, until if you come to the run phase, it will take you 25th week. So first week 8 to week 4, you have these activities. From week 0 to week 8, you have all these activities. Until week 11, you have explore phase. Week 22, you will do the realize phase. Week 24, deploy, and week 25th, the run. Go live. Okay. So these are the timelines. Okay, in a separate sheets. Okay, who has to do what? That is all. So what we are going to learn? Okay, we will going to learn the basic terminologies, SAP overview and architecture. Okay, if SLP is there, what are the different modules in SAP SLP? Okay, how to configure the templates for SLP? Okay, followed by sourcing end-to-end sourcing, how to create RFIs, RFPs, auction, different types of auctions, and then how to configure the templates for auctions. What are the different types of templates? Okay, what are and then uh, similarly to contract. Okay, contract authoring and contract compliance. Okay, and we will also have hands-on like P2P. What are the configurations required? Approval process configuration we have to do. Master data, we have to import a master data. We have to configure receipts, invoice rules. Okay, all with this we will learn during P2P. Finally, we have advanced and integration with SAP, and then reporting and analysis. Okay, and I will also give you some overview of commerce automation and supply chain collaboration, then certification and practice. Okay, any questions, guys?
Yeah, great, Rohan. That one was a very amazing session. So, guys, if anyone of you are having any queries, you please come up. You can ask anything relevant with SAP Ariba, whether it's an opportunities, subject related queries if you are having. So, kindly request you to come up, open up your mic. Thank you so much.
Okay, so my question is based on the new SAP certification.
Mhm.
How have you seen it, and how do you practice for the new certification
You see,
module?
like there is not much difference between the new and older. They only have, especially in SAP Ariba. Actually, every one of you know, like we do have multiple certifications in SAP Ariba, right? So is this not like only you are having a certification in sourcing or P2P or integration? I mean, like CIG. So we have multiple certifications in here. Previously, it was a direct, simple. Computer based CBT kind of questions will be coming, and multiple choices where more than one question may be correct, or none of them will be correct, or one or two will be correct. So now they have changed the methodology in such a way, like they want the pre-assessment. Okay, so subject wise nothing has been changed as such, but the methodology has been changed. So with our training, definitely if you are going through following Rohan properly in all the sessions, because here we are covering all 360 degree of Ariba training. Okay, so if you are following the sessions properly and doing the well practice, i'm I'm pretty sure, like I'm very much 100% sure, like you easily can clear both the rounds, like assessment round as well as the CBT round, computer based test round as well. Yeah, so that's what I can say.
Okay, so you're saying the new format
Hmm.
has two parts:
Yes, yes,
pre-assessment, then the CBT. That's what you're saying.
yes, yes.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, so with our training, definitely everything is going to be covered subject wise. Okay, but you need to do lot much practice, and it totally depends upon which certification you are appearing for. Okay, relevantly I can say more easy to clear the certification is the sourcing one, in my opinion. Yeah. Is there anything else, guys? Anyone?
Yeah, in the course, are we going to cover sourcing, procurement, and contracts, or which modules are we going to cover?
We are covering
No,
all
if
the
you
modules. Yeah, sorry. uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'll tell you,
yeah.
okay, what we are covering is like, I'll just brief you on this part. We are covering complete 360 of SAP Ariba, all the modules we are covering. Okay, we'll start with SLP, then we'll go with sourcing, then complete downstream P2P, whole process, in which like contracts we are covering, BNI we are covering, then we'll move on to commerce automation and SCC, supply chain collaboration. Then we are moving on to guided sourcing and guided buying. Okay, so nothing is being left over here. Okay, and all the modules except commerce automation and supply chain collaboration we are covering. We are doing lot much in depth coverage. Is we are going to go deep drive, not only with the overview kind of things, but we are taking a different scenarios based upon the business requirements, and we are working on that part. Okay, in the sessions itself also, this is not an end user kind of training. Okay, this is a consultant based training. After this training, our goal is like anywhere, any opportunities if you guys are getting like the opportunities, like somebody is asking upstream, some employers are asking downstream, some employers are asking the combination of certain modules. So you should be well equipped to handle those kind of interviews. That is the first criteria. The second thing is like, once you are onboarded in any project without any much hassle, you should cope up in your new project as well. So that level of training we are providing. Okay, so let me quickly share the contents which we are also sharing, because you see this training is like kind of project scenario based, and we are also sharing lot many documentation as well for project. Let me share my screen. Okay, just a second. I hope guys you can see my screen. I hope every one of you can see my screen.
It's still loading. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So you see, just a quick this one. So we are doing this training since 2016. This is the Google Drive where you are getting all the documentations and the recordings, everything. Okay. So this is purely for SAP Ariba training. We have maintained this drive, and previously before that one there was another drive which was full already. Okay. So in this one we have the batches since 2019 onwards. Okay, see, you can see the date over here, this Google Drive date. So 2019 onwards we do have the this one. So far we have completed almost 108 batches. So there are a lot of batches we have completed. No, sorry, 107 batches. 107th batch is going on right now. So it means like we do have a very proper methodology, not only in the training, but also sharing with you the different sort of documentations as well. So quick look on the documents, like I just want to show you. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is how your drive looks like. Okay, where in this one you are basically getting all your day to day, means like on the weekends we'll be having the sessions, right? So once the session is finished, so that recording we are going to put it over here. So all the recordings, so this is approximately 45 to 50 plus hours of training. We are covering everything in detail, right? So all the recorded sessions we are going to put it over here. Now in the second folder, all the documentations. Okay, so again the documents are divided into two parts, like current batch documents, whichever the scenarios we are running it, all the things and assignments, everything will be put it over here. And I'm interested to show you these guys. Okay, so this is like project documentation. So mostly all upstream, downstream, even integration, all the standard documents. Okay, even like Signa view, these things, flows, everything we are going to put it over here. So this is going to be very helpful for you guys, because you see what happens is like a lot of trainings, unlike us, like there are many trainings in the market, like who will just give you the configuration process, show you the configurations only. Means like go here, go there, click here, click there. That's not going to fulfill your end goal over here. Our end goal here is like, once you're attending the interviews, you should get clear in a very hassle-free fashion. And also once you're onboarded, you should do the project without any extra support. So these are the two main goals we are focusing on. Now if we are going for the interview and the interviewer asking like the questions something like which are the project you worked on, so what are the issues you have faced it, okay, how you have troubleshoot that those issues, okay, so what are the difficult areas you find, and what are your day-to-day activities, for example. So these are the questions which would be really challenging for a novice person who hasn't worked in Ariba before. And once you are onboarded in a project, if you are coming across some sort of document like for example, integration foundation, let's say for example, I'm just opening this particular document here for your reference, okay. So if you're seeing this document, you'll be very alien to this one, like what exactly this, how, who is going to explain to me all these things. So but in our training, whenever we are covering the relevant topics, we are also showing the relevant documentations as well for the projects, so that will make you the familiarization. You will not be seeing like, oh, this thing is new for me, because you have already seen in the training itself. So this training is basically not only covering the entire conceptual things and practicality of the subject, but also how the project executions work over here. Okay, there are many documentations we are providing here, and there are self-prepared ebooks. Sorry, self-prepared books are the configuration guides are there. Like if you're talking about integration, for example, okay, in integration, there are so many things, okay, how you are going to do the integration. So all the things, if you want to refer any document from SAP, those are lot many pages, like 800 to 900 pages. So it's going to be very difficult for you. So we have simplified those documents and made it very simple, and come up with a proper screenshots, everything, where you can, do it in a go through it and come up with a very good this processes. So that's really going to be very helpful for every one of you by putting the screenshots also. I'm just unable to find that particular document. One second. So step by step documentation is there with proper screenshots as well. Okay. So I think it is there in the current session documentations. Yeah. So project documentations are also there, and also the, yeah, here integration. Okay, so here you can see this is CIG integration if you are talking about. So this entire thing, this like depend upon the different scenarios. Okay, so we are discussing each and everything right from the beginning. Okay, with the proper screenshots also. Okay, so that every one of you would be very you can see here. Okay, with proper screenshots in SCP side as well as in Ariba side, and also SCP, CIG connector. So all these screenshots properly managed and step-by-step guides are being provided to you. And this is not only we are just simply giving you to read, okay? So we are also explaining how the things are happening over here. Based on that one, it would be very easy for you to refer the documents at the later stage. And this entire drive, which I just shown you, like we'll be having three parts over here. One is like recordings, okay, whichever the recordings we are having, those recordings, the documentation, the documents, under which we do have two documents, like current batch, whichever the documents we are preparing for the current batch, and also the project documentations are going to be there. Then the certification help is also going to be there, certification guides and all those things. So this entire drive we are going to share with you, and this drive access will be there with you for lifetime. Okay, we are not going to revoke after 1 year or 2 years. So this is going to be there with you for very longer period, as long as you want to access it, lifetime access we are providing this one. So for this particular training, we are also, giving 2 months of tenant access, SAP Ariba. Just now, Rohan shown you, right? So the system access, the same system access where Rohan is working, we are going to share that particular system access to you for 2 months, entire 2 months. And the training schedule is only on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. The same thing, 7 p.m. IST to 10 p.m. IST, 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday. So it's going to be approximately 8.5 to 9 weeks of program. Okay, in which we are expecting all of you guys to be actively participate in this one. And it's going to be a lot of discussion in the sessions, lot of doubts we are expecting. Today unfortunately, like there should be like more number of participants should be there, but due to some issue they are not doing. But from next day onwards, because demo session they see, okay, everything is there, just send me the recordings, I'll be going through that one. And next week, from Saturday onwards, we are starting the new batch, and the first session is there in the on Saturday actually. Okay, so and all the participants, like type of participants, if you are saying, we are not going to take any freshers here. Okay, because there is no point we are explaining all these things to the freshers. They can't digest those things. So you'll see our crowd, there will be like minimum 8 to 10 participants there in this in every batch, and all the participants are relevant here. Okay, either they are coming from background, or they are already working in Ariba, or they are the procurement consultants. So there won't be any expectations like we are going very basic. Of course we are starting from the basic till advanced level, but if somebody doesn't know what is bidding process, okay, somebody doesn't know what is auction, then it's going to be very difficult. For some of the concepts we are clearing if you are asking the question, and we are expecting lot many questions from you guys. The more you ask, the more we can elaborate, and everybody will get advantage from that. So this is how a quick overview I can say. You can ask me the questions if you have any more, guys.
Um, for instance, if you're unable to attend a particular class,
Mm-hmm.
you still get the video of the class, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
training, right?
Okay.
I'm asking a question. If, for instance, I miss a session,
Yeah, that's
I
what
will
I'm
still
saying.
be able
I got your point. I got your
to.
point to me. So you see, like we do have two options over here. Okay, one is like if you, let's say we are having tomorrow one session, for example. Hypothetically, I'm talking about tomorrow. We are having one session, first session is starting. For example, you miss that session, so of course you can access. You'll have the access for the recordings for that particular session. Okay, now if you are saying like you have missed 13th and 14th session for example, and that is very important, where we were showing integration process complete, how you are going to do the integration, the basic configurations, and documents flow, how it's happening. So we have shared the recordings to you, you have gone through the recordings again, but still you feel like there is a lot of gap, I'm not able to follow the recordings, I still want this one. So every month we used to start the new batch. Okay, one in the morning, one in the evening. Once we start the batch, it will go approximately 2 months. So you can always attend the upcoming batch for those missed sessions. Okay, so we have a very
Okay.
so these batches keep on going. If you want to repeat some of the sessions, even though you have attended, but if you want to repeat some of the sessions, still you can repeat in the upcoming batches. Even though you'll be having the recordings, all the recordings will be there with you for the backup purpose for lifelong. You can do the access, you can access them anytime and any number of times you can access it. There is no limit for number of times access also. Yeah.
Okay, so you say you have morning sessions and evening sessions.
Yes,
Am I
yes,
correct?
yes.
So is this batch evening session?
Yeah, we are talking about Indian Standard Time. Okay, I'm just
Yeah, yeah,
considering
yeah.
this one as an Indian Standard Time. So this is an evening batch, which is we are started. Like today is the 0th session, that is demo session, and following sessions are going to start from this Saturday onwards. So
Okay,
the next
so
session is going to be on 18th, 19th, like that. It's keep on going. Yeah.
yeah, so what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
if I intend to join the morning session IST, is that possible?
Yes, but just now we have started one session, and I hope that's going to end in the month of May. May mid. It's going to finish.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got you.
Yeah. All right. So, is there anybody else, guys, who wants to ask any sort of questions, subject wise, administration wise, or anything? If you have any queries, we are very much welcome. You are very much welcome to ask.
Raj, I have one question. So, are
Yes.
you guys giving the same access what Rohan has for Ariba Business Network and as well as Ariba by guiding kind of?
Yeah, you see, we'll be providing you three URLs here. Okay,
Okay.
three URLs. First is spend management. Under spend
Mm-hmm.
management, everything comes, everything in the sense like upstream, downstream, and CIG.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is one.
Okay.
And uh, I think Rohan, if you can quickly show that one, that would be easy for everyone to have a quick understanding. I made you presenter already. If you can, that would be great. Yeah. So the one which Rohan is showing, so in which complete things are there, like SLP is there, uh,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
sourcing is there, then
Bill.
complete BNI, all the processes are going to be there in there. So that we call this particular URL, we call it as what? Spend management. Okay. where
Correct.
most of
Okay.
the time buyers are using this one. Now the another URL which we are providing you is like guided buying URL. Okay, guided
Okay.
buying is not the part of spend management, it's a separate URL that also will be provided. And another one is like supply Ariba network, and we are calling
Business
as
network.
like business network right now. Okay,
Business. Okay.
so these three URLs will be getting the same thing which Rohan will be showing to you in the class. The same thing you
Mhm.
can practice with those particular accesses. Yeah.
Okay, so the full-fledged access will be provided. So whatever Rohan will present in the session, the
Yes.
same access will be provided because some what I what I got from the previous trainings before. So
Mhm.
people will show the demo on the class, but they don't provide the access to the candidates. They say
No,
that
no,
due to security reasons and
there
due to
is no security
administration
reason
reason.
here. Yeah, I
The
totally
people will
agree.
say that because what they say generally, right? So the candidates will go and delete some. That's why we don't provide the access to that kind
But
of answers I had.
no.
That's why we should be very clear and before we
Yes, yes.
take anything else.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
very true. And one more thing I want to say you here, Venu, this is a very good question you have raised here. You see, all these accesses will be you are getting. So Ariba integrated one, like S4 HANA access, we can't provide to the participants. If somebody wants to take the integrated access, the cost would be very higher. But Rohan will be showing you in the this sessions complete integration also, because he'll be having the integrated system with SAP uh, like backend system. Okay, S4 HANA system is backed with the integrated one. So this system is there. If somebody wants to is interested to take that one, that will cost little higher on. Okay.
No, see, I do have already access for Ariba business network, like Spendanas, everything. But only thing is,
Mhm.
I'm not configure anything until I get familiar with the
That's right.
concepts. That's why, yeah, because it should not escalate, it should not mess up the process where it
Mhm.
will risk to the job type
I
concepts
agree
as
with you.
well.
You know, there's a real concern. I can understand that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why if we get the same kind of access what Rohan is explained in the session, so that we can get like ample practice on this your systems, then I can go confidently on my system. I can configure myself rather than depending on the admins kind of.
Sounds really good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, most welcome.
Thanks, Rohan.
Most welcome. Yeah. Is there
Thanks.
anyone else, guys? Akshay, you have any queries?
I have one last question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, in SAP S4HANA, we have development server, quality assurance, and production. What is the equivalent of this on SAP Ariba?
Okay, you're asking about the landscape over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like unlike in S4 HANA, how we do the migrate, migrate to production, we don't do this one. We are having just development and test server system is one, and directly the production system. I hope like Rohan, you can light on this one in a more clearer fashion. He's asking for the landscape.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yes, yes. I mean, it is. You have a separate test systems. You cannot like there is no transports to. I mean, you cannot. I mean, what you call in S4 HANA side. I mean, you cannot have a transports. Okay, which you can send from your quality systems to production systems. Here, if you are I mean, if you are configuring anything in test system, you have to do the configuration in production also. Sometimes, I mean, the templates you can download and then you can import them in the production. Okay, for the upstream side, the templates can be downloaded and then imported to production system. That is possible.
So I have to configure it like two times, one on the quality assurance server and the other
Yes.
one on the production.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. So, is there anyone else like Akshay? Do you have any queries? Okay, guys, that's really nice. You being as yeah, Venu, you're asking something.
No, no, thank you very much. I had to accept. That's why I thought to disconnect.
Yeah, yeah.
So
All
thank
right.
you very much, Rohan, for your session and yeah, everybody. Okay, have a nice day.
Yeah,
Thank you.
same
Bye
to
bye.
you. Bye bye. So let's see you
Thank
guys in the next session, hopefully. Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate for your time. Thank you so much, Rohan, for your time as well.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Araj.
Thank you.
Thank you.